Yeah, I shave my face, but I do it in style. Hello guys and dolls, and welcome back for another skincare Sunday. Today we're going to be talking about facial hair removal and kind of unpacking some of the baggage that comes along with being a woman that has unwanted facial hair. And women can have unwanted facial hair for so many different reasons. Maybe you're a trans woman, maybe you are postmenopausal, maybe you just have hair on your face because that is an evolutionary trait of human beings. Maybe you just have peach fuzz that you just want to get rid of, you know, a little on the sides. Just take a little off the top. I journeyed with facial hair. It all began with one little hair down here. One little hair, and I plucked it. And you know the old wives' tale about if you pluck it, two more will come to its funeral? Well, it wasn't long before I had a full-on, like, slacker chin beard. And this made me really self-conscious for a number of years, and it was something that I really couldn't even talk about with anyone. It's something that a few times my husband has walked in on me shaving my face, and I felt mortified. And this is my husband, and this is someone that I share everything with. And, you know, he takes care of me when I'm sick. I have no shame in front of this man. And yet, here I am shaving my face, something very, very mundane. Because that's thought to be such a masculine act, it was just really upsetting for me. Even though, he didn't care. He was like, whatever. You know, fact of life. Sure, on some level, he's glad I shaved my face. It was just something that for me was an internalized stigma and something that I just kind of had to work past and learn to love myself more. And as I've embraced body positivity, and as body positivity has embraced me, and I've really, really learned to accept more things about myself, you know, I can't change the fact that I've got a freckle on my butt. My breasts aren't super perky like a 21-year-old anymore, or that, you know, one of my earlobes are slightly different. I can't change these things, and I can't change the fact that I'm a woman who has facial hair. I have to do one of two things. I can learn to live with it, and there's women who do that. Harnam Kaur is my hero. She is absolutely beautiful, and she's a woman with a beard. I would even go so far as to make the argument that her beard is a large part of her beauty. I mean, it's just, she's so unique and so fabulous. But that's just not me, and that's not my personal aesthetic. I like having a smooth face, and I'm not ashamed to admit that. I don't feel that that makes me any less of a feminist or less body positive. It's just, this is my aesthetic. This is what I like. It makes makeup go on smoother, and it does remove that feeling of being masculine. There are so many methods to removing facial hair, and I've literally tried them all, except for lasers. I guess that's technically a method that I haven't tried yet, but I would be totally open to it if it wasn't really, really expensive. It all started with me going and getting my face waxed, because I had peach fuzz here, and I was like, oh my god, I don't want peach fuzz. Waxing was not a good method for me. It makes my skin break out horribly, and now I actually use retinols. And when you use retinol, it thins out your skin. That's actually part of what makes your skin look so beautiful. But it makes your skin more prone to ripping and damage, so you can't get a wax anymore. So that's just totally out of the running for me. You could have your face threaded, which is kind of a similar method where the hairs are pulled out, but that one doesn't hurt the skin as much. That's definitely an option if you just want to have total removal. I still find that plucking or threading that many hairs at a time for me does still give me a bit more of a breakout situation. And who wants to replace a hair beard with a zip beard? Not me. I know some people bleach their facial hair, and that's also a valid thing to do. My facial hair is already kind of blonde, so that doesn't help me. It's just, it's very stiff. So it's, I mean, if I were to like let it grow out, I'd have like a little stash and like a little beard. It would be hot. I tried depilatory creams like Nair, and I got a horrible chemical burn. And finally I talked to my dermatologist about it, and they said, you know, honestly the best thing to do is to shave your face. That's the healthiest thing. As long as you're using a clean razor, use a proper method for shaving, that's the best thing for your skin. And if you shave properly, you'll only really have to do it every other day, depending on your hair growth. Of course, there's people that have to shave twice a day. My husband has a 5 o'clock shadow at about 11 a.m. So, it's just the facts of life. So face shaving has become something that I've fully embraced. I now actually use all men's products because I feel zero shame, and in my opinion I think that men's products actually work better, and I don't like paying the pink tax for things that are meant for women, and frankly I think that men's razors give you a closer shave anyway. So fully embraced it. I give zero fucks about it. I just want my face to be smooth. And the other thing is, there's this new trend called dermal planing. If you haven't heard of it, it's actually shaving not just your hair, but your skin a little bit too. I've never had that done, but I would be interested to go have that done, or maybe even have a straight razor shave. I'm just totally into it now. I don't care anymore. I just I feel free. I just feel like, why is this something that I let upset me for so long? So anyway, let me actually talk to you guys about how I shave my face. So I incorporate it into my daily skincare routine. Something I didn't actually share in the skincare routine for the morning, only because I wanted to share it separate in this video. So I do start out with my oil cleanser. This is the Nude Gel to Oil Cleanser. The reason why I use this specifically instead of another gel cleanser or something else is because oil being on your skin is actually going to help the razor glide easier. The next thing that I do is I grab a good quality razor. This is a Gillette. Honestly, you can use a straight razor if you are that skilled, and it's something I actually might look into doing in the future, is actually getting myself like a really fancy straight razor. And then it's like, yeah, I shave my face, but I do it in style. I like this one because it has 5 blades and it only has the one little conditioning strip, because a lot of times those conditioning strips actually stop you from getting a very close shave. This also has like a little microblade on the back for detailing, but I don't need that. So anyway, the other thing I like about this one is that it has this flexible bit here, which is quite nice because it means that it's going to be more flexible on my face, and I'm going to have less of an incident of actually cutting my face while shaving. And it's actually got metal parts, which is something that the ladies' razors never have. So I like this. It also has a buzzing feature. I don't use that. I've tried a lot of different things to actually shave my face. For some time I was just using my cleanser and stuff, but I discovered that actually using a shaving cream actually helps the hairs stand up, so you get a much closer shave. So I just use original Barbasol, just the classic original. It smells like lavender. It smells very like reminiscent of barbershops from days of yore. I enjoy the vintageness of it. Plus it's the cheapest one, so I just picked that up. Smear it on my face, make sure I get it nice and, you know, in those hairs, kind of work it in there because that'll make the hair stand up. And then when I shave from the neck going up. I always shave in the opposite direction of the hair's growth. That way I can cut the hair off as close as possible. Now, using this method, I shave it all over, I shave my upper lip. And I also want to mention that even if you don't have thick hair, shaving will not make your hair grow back thicker. That's a myth. But it will actually remove all those little baby hairs, so your skin will be smoother, your makeup will look smoother. It's just a really kind of handy little trick. And then once I'm done shaving, I use my acid toner, which is something you'd want to do after shaving anyway, and it's also something you want to do just for good old-fashioned skincare, so it's kind of a win-win in that situation. So that is where face shaving goes in my routine. Using this method of the very, the better razor, frankly, the men's razors are better, and using good old-fashioned regular old shave cream and using the oil on my face before, I actually get a much closer shave, and I only actually have to shave every other day now, which is, in and of itself, it feels like some kind of a victory, because I was having to shave myself once a day and sometimes twice because I just wasn't getting it close enough with a lady razor. I hope that this video was helpful for some of you. I hope that this has helped you to unpack some of that baggage, and I'd like to have a conversation about this. So in the comment section down below, leave me your thoughts, feelings, comments, concerns about face shaving and about the stigma about being a woman who shaves her face. How do you feel about this? Let me know, and thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be back in 2 weeks with another Skincare Sunday, and I'll have some really awesome tutorials and other makeup related videos up for you this week. See you in my next video. Remember to be vintage or tacky. Just be your own kind of beautiful. See you, bye.